welcome back to the Emporium. So I want to continue my coverage of board games, certainly unboxings for this year, hopefully with another setup, gameplays next year. So today's offering is Maximum Apocalypse. So there was a time when zombie games were all the rage. We had movies, didn't we? We had all the video games, and they kind of come into Call of Duty, and zombies were everywhere, weren't they? The Walking Dead, the whole lot. So that obviously filtered down onto like board games, card games. And so this was one that really interested me. I've got all types of stuff. I've got like zombie side, I've got kind of scenario based, you know, do this, do that, do the other. This one really got me though. I say the cover immediately is really nice. The box is just like, oh, horrible glare there, spin it around quick. It's like a really heavy box. It's like a lot of cards. This game is like card and token based. So what really got me with this one, it was like a recommendation from a couple of channels that I watch, board game wise. And this is like a mix and match sandbox apocalyptic scenario based nightmare. Okay, so it's not just like your ordinary zombies. There can be like an apocalypse with like aliens or mutants or all manner of mad things. And the game is lovely. It's sort of set out where you have like different tiles and like you don't know where they are. You start off in like a camper van, and like you might have to kind of go across the map and find and locate, say, I don't know, a gas station, collect fuel, maybe rescue a scientist, do something like that. And like you're going along, and like each card has its own little sort of like symbols on, so you might be able to like find stuff there, scavenge stuff. You might be able to find a particular person. There may be like monsters that appear on there, and as I say, all this is basically just like interchangeable, you know. So like one game you might be like have like an alien apocalypse. You might have like our normal mutant one, you know, zombies, that kind of thing. And it is, I'll tell you what, let me stick the specs on. I'll tell you the number of players, all that kind of stuff, give you more lowdown off the back, and then we'll open it up and we'll have a look, because otherwise I'm just going to sit here waxing lyrical all day. I love stuff like this. Okay, so this is a game for 1 to 6 players, so it's got that solo element automatically. Everyone who has watched any gaming video on Nick Terrell, my parent channel kind of thing, will know I love solo games. 45 to 90 minutes in length, 13 plus obviously with the content. Okay, and this is the back of the box. So it says Maximum Apocalypse is a cooperative roguelike adventure game set amid the backdrop of 4 apocalyptic scenarios. As you explore the post-apocalyptic world, 1 to 6 survivors work together to complete mission objectives. On each turn, a player can use up to 4 actions to explore the map, play cards, equip weapons, scavenge resources, draw cards, or battle roaming monsters. Picking a unique survivor class within the group, players must plan their strategy while leaning on their character's strengths in order to defeat monsters and avoid starvation. For example, a fireman is deadly up close with his axe, meanwhile the stealthy hunter is great at scouting the map and avoiding traps, but roaming monsters are gathering quickly and time is running out. Can you survive the apocalypse? Little graphic here, the world is over, we're just trying to survive what's left of it. Okay, there you go. So this box weighs a ton, trusty knife. How are you all anyway? Is this your kind of thing? I'm hoping so. Not just because of the fact you're actually watching the video for it. It would be nice you actually support me, support the channel. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button while you're here. But yeah, I'm really hoping that this is your type of game. So, ripping away the cellophane. I'm just noticing again the art style on the box. That's almost like Fallout-esque, isn't it? There's like a little camper van. I keep saying to Steph, I really want one of these. We've got to like trade our sports car for like for one. Listen to me like I'm some kind of like rock star or something, a sports car. Far from it, guys. Just an ordinary guy with an ordinary day job with the aspirations of being like a YouTuber. Okay, so moving swiftly on and back onto what we're doing. So we have a pack of tokens. So these are various tokens here. We can see numbers, which I'm presuming are for wounds. And these are like a couple like your character bases, a couple of your character illustrations. Double-sided, so we get different denominations, and again, more characters. We have a board here that says fuel, food, ammo, gear. Okay, red, green, blue. So in the game, you actually put like your cards on this for each type of thing. So it's easily identifiable if you find somewhere you're scavenging. you find food, whatever, you pick that particular card up. We have the rule book. Also nice is a nice little turn reference guide. Okay, so we spawn monsters, draw a card, take 4 actions. You can move a space, draw a card, play a card, take a card action, or scavenge. And once a turn, you can discard 2 cards to draw a card, which is always nice to draw up. Trade scavenge cards with another player, or fuel up the van. Okay, you increase your hunger level, and then you take your damage off any monsters that are engaged with you. We shall have a look at that in a minute. Okay, we have a big pack of tiles. So what I normally do these kind of games is I show just a few things, because I'm not giving it away, you know what I mean? I've not played this yet. So, you know, if you haven't either, I don't really want to know everything that's in the box. Okay, so we have, these are nice thick cardstock as well, by the way. So we have the van. So this is our trusty camper van where we arrive and where we get off. We have the farm. It says reveal. You can do a free scavenge. And in the corner there, we have the green, which obviously denotes food, being a farm. And there's like a little number there in the corner with 11. So what you actually do is when you've got your map all laid out and the tiles are turned over this way up, you roll the dice, and if that number comes up, you spawn a monster there. I'm not going to look any further. I'll show you one more. The river. Okay, so just like actually loving the art on this. I've got to show you this one as well. Oh, the graveyard. Okay, so yeah, you get the idea, guys. So these all stars turned upside down, face down, so we don't know where we're going. Okay, so we get a pack with 2, 4. So we got 8 dice, 6 smaller ones, and 2 standard dice. Just your standard D6. Nothing special, folks. Okay, we have some standees, little plastic standees for our characters, which is nice. And then we have a random assorted box of bits and bobs, or bags of bits and bobs. So these look like little fuel cans, I might be wrong. These are bullets and ammunition. Loads of them. So you can sort of scavenge, or some of your weapons might use so many bullets. And these are possibly monster tokens. There's sort of like a little skull token on them. And then we have, oh, always nice, extra baggies. Thank you very much. What's this here? Another baggie. I've got like loads of baggies. Okay. We've got some extra cards here. Not sure what these are. Zombies, mutants. Oh, maybe you select these for your your bad guys. So let's have a look. So we got zombies, mutants, aliens, robots. Okay. And then we've got our characters. So we have a fireman, the hunter, the surgeon, the veteran and his dog. Sounds like an interesting one. The gunslinger, the mechanic. What's this here? Looks like some kind of wounds card. I'm not really sure what that is. And the little apocalyptic scene card. So I'm not sure whether they're not part of sort of scenarios, having not played it. So like you see already, bear in mind you got all those different types of monsters. You got those different kinds of characters. You can play solo, you can play with up to 6. Okay, so we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of cards. I'm not opening these, I'm just going to show you them. Okay, so this one is food, reduce your hunger by 1. And I don't know about you, but I really love like the art style. It was like one of the main things that drew me to this game. Alien Commander, he's a boss, so just shows some of our enemies there as such. Phalanx Robot. Map tiles 28, so I'm not sure if that's just like an index card or that sort of tells us what we do, because each mission has like set parameters with different cards. Again, that random element. This is like the surgeon. This is like your sort of player card, but what happens is you have like a second side. So like when you basically run out and you start, your hunger level starts building up, you start coming to here, so like 2, 4, 6, 8, and then you're dead. So you know, from what I can gather, you're kind of watching your hunger levels, everything's going on around, you're trying to do your objectives. There's quite a bit going on for like a game that's predominantly based with cards and tiles. Fireman's Stamina, move up to 3 spaces and then draw a card. And that is the back of the mechanic. So each character themselves as well has like their own like little deck of sort of specialist items that only they can use. Let's have a quick look through the rulebook. Now, a little disclaimer, I have heard with various other videos that this rulebook isn't very good. I don't know. So, introduction and contents, your bog standard stuff. Objectives, game setup and mission cards. Right, okay, so we do actually get the mission cards first and they're not actually in the book. That's very good. And they do tell you on the back, I was right, what cards to put in. So potentially while you're setting up, there might be a little bit of setup time there between sorting different cards. I've got games like this, and what I tend to do is I separate cards like that into little baggies. That's possibly what those baggies are there for. So if you turn around and come round tonight and say, let's have a few beers, let's play a game, I want to play Aliens doing this. There you go, we get them. Okay, so just get more stuff going on and giving us details about that. The game setup. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this right up close to the screen here so you can actually see what I was talking about before. See, this is like your map. So there's your band there. All these are like turned over, so we don't know where we're going. We start moving on them. So it's always nice just to see like a little example there, just so we know what we're doing. I sometimes get these games, more so the solo ones, or even the multiplayer ones, and I set them out following these guides and kind of just play a couple of rough turns, not playing a game, just getting the mechanics down. So that's nice. And it shows us the details of what we read on a map tile. Any special rules, monster spawns, tile effects. Then shows us monster cards and character cards, explaining what all the different things are there. Always nice, clearly laid out. And then a little bit about the turn sequence. So this is where the book just basically just tells us what we go through. We've had the summary there on the back of the card, so we just go, okay, we do this step, look down, we do that step, look down, and obviously like all these things, a couple of games, a couple of turns in, you got it. It doesn't appear to be like a very sort of a hard to grasp game. Tells you how you play cards and what like instant actions do and stuff. That's nice. Molotov cocktail. Deal 2 damage to all enemies in range. Gear cards, so we find kind of gear around about shotguns, and if you look up here, see like the bullets there, that's how many bullets you actually have on that. So I'm presuming those little blue bullet tokens we found earlier, we can find more of them. So I love stuff like this, me. It gives us an example turn and then gives us the end game conditions. Where are we? Difficulty variants. Okay, so you can make it a little bit easier, a little bit harder. Solitaire or multi-class variant. So that's basically if you're going to play the game just you with a character. There are different levels of things you can do, or you can do what's called two-handed, where you play a couple of characters. So you play like the mechanic, do his stuff, and then you go on to the hunter, do his stuff, etc. I mean, in theory, you could actually play all 6 characters yourself, There's nothing stopping you. This is a cooperative game with no sort of hidden agenda apart from the actual board itself. Maximum variant. Veteran and dog notes. Okay, so that is one of the characters, if you recall there, the veteran and his dog. And there's a glossary and the game credits. So that, folks, is Maximum Apocalypse, and it does seem to be a really nice way to spend a cold autumn evening. I am going to leave it there. Do you fancy this? Have you got this? Have you played it? Have you hit that subscribe button? Do you want to see more board games? I'm going to leave it there, guys. I'll see you next time.